YouTube. I feel like I'm about to sign my death warrant because that was just me eating my last meal. It's all gone. Um, okay, I'm gonna end this because I have no fear. I'm just gonna take my sip of water. All right. So I was starting to make my videos and I stopped for a second time, and I don't know why because people have asked me to do it again, and I enjoy doing it. I'm just really lazy. So you know I'm starting to fade out again because the Carrie hype is kind of over. I still love her album. If you haven't got it, go get it. But there was this guy who made a video. I'm not gonna say who. Go find it on YouTube. But his video was hating on Carrie. Like it was hating on her. It was about his experience with Carrie, and he called her all types of names and things that were out of order when in reality she didn't even do anything to him. So he caught a feeling, and then his video was just full of a bunch of lies, and it was just really hateful and not someone who's just displeased, and it could have been handled differently. So it just gets through to him or back to him. You're a sad individual, and I feel like you just really kind of need to get yourself together because that's not how we represent our people, and that's not how we help them out. And you know, if she was sick that day, which she probably was, if she said one word, all right, but don't get mad at her for not wanting to speak if she had a engagement. That's how she makes her money, and I wouldn't have spoken to you either. Now, mind you, if I was not feeling well, then I probably wouldn't have gone to the record store, which is what you could have said. I would have said, tell them that I'm postponing. I can't do this, and I don't want to be rude because Carrie has been nothing but a sweetheart every time that I've met her, and she loves people. She knows that she's not big yet. She knows that she's not big yet, and she has a long way to go in order to establish her longevity and her mark in the game outside of music writing. And then she's just really cool, so I don't think she would jeopardize something good. And then we all have bad days. We're human. Stars are human. But with that said, I was looking for a topic because he really fueled me to get back on here because I was upset, and my friend was like, "What do you want to talk about?" I'm like, "Music," but I can't think of a topic right now. And so he picked the worst one. Shout out to Jaden. I'm on Twitter, by the way. That's where we're talking. www.twitter.com/musicman28. But anyways, so we're talking, and he says, "Why don't you talk about whether or not Beyonce is truly a pop icon?" Matter of fact, let me make sure. let me get the exact thing that he said. So, oh, it's not working right. Oh no, there it goes. Twitter really gets on my nerves. It's not showing where other people were talking to me on Twitter, but that was anyways. That was the oh, there it goes. Is Beyonce really a music icon? Simply put, no, she's not. I'm not hating. Um, I'm not hating. I'm not diminishing her work, and I'm not diminishing her talent. Let me preface this by saying that Beyonce is immensely talented. I've always thought so. I always thought all the girls from Destiny's Child were very talented. Um, my favorite, without being a secret, most likely is Kelly, um, with Michelle and Latoya being very close seconds. I loved all their work, but to be an icon sets trends and standards, and their innovations change whatever field they're working in. And with Beyonce, her field is music. And for me, no, in my not even my assessment from what I've seen, Beyonce, God, I'm about to get a lot of folks' attention. I'm about to get a lot of hate, and I don't care. Beyonce is still leaning on her icons, whether she sees it or not, to further her career, and she's not doing anything that's innovative. I've not seen Beyonce do anything that has changed the game, anything that is Beyonce, anything that is Beyonce Giselle knows, her own thing, her own my thing. This is why I'm an icon. Janet's an icon, Aerosmith's an icon, as I name all the ones that were on MTV. You know, Madonna's an icon, and Stevie and Prince and all these people were icons, and they did things that changed the game and that are still being copied today. Beyonce could very well do that because not all icons start out as icons, and she hasn't been around enough. Destiny's Child is not an iconic, to me, an iconic girl group. They've done massive things and massive numbers, but I think in order to have that title, you really have to be around and do some things to be noticed. Um, and I think that she actually might be able to attain that one day, but right now, she's not a icon. She's not a legend. She's an entertainer trying to get to that status, and I don't think that if you asked her in an interview that she would accept that title. And I don't think it's out of being humble. I think it's the fact that she would know that she isn't. Um, I think that's all I really have to say about her. I don't hate her. Um, Not too keen on her music. And if she hears this, I haven't been keen on your music since the first album. And that can be for a totally another post. Haven't been the biggest fan of the music being put out since that era because that album was the most eclectic, and I think it was the most prolific album when it comes to defining who she was and who she could have been. Um, wasn't a big fan of B-Day, um, and I'm not a fan of the latest album, I Am. And it's not the hate, because not everything's for everyone, and her album wasn't for me. Um, and it happens, you know. 3 albums, I like one, and that's good considering that a lot of people will say, I don't like Beyonce, period, or I don't like a certain artist, period. I know that some people, I love Kelly. I have both her albums. I have Michelle stuff or Latoya stuff, and some people don't have any of their stuff. So it's a balance. So before you leave comments, know that I'm not a hater. It's just real. And we're on YouTube, and we all should be old enough to know that opinions are just what they are, opinions. Now, when I feel like bashing Beyonce, I shall. I mean, and then you just take it for what it's worth. But the girl's doing her thing. She's got more money than I do. But icon, no. With that said, um, I'm just gonna say deuces. I probably will make another video right after this. This subject is doing too much for me, so I'm gonna leave it be, Jaden. I hope you like this video once it gets processed. Um, I didn't want to get into too much detail because I do actually want people to hit my YouTube up. And you know, her stands are crazy fanatical. I feel like they're part of some fascist faction that will have my YouTube page shut down. So, with that said, deuces. Love you, YouTube. See you when I get back on here. Probably eating something again because I love my food. But yeah, peace out.